Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lizzie once again. Today I am going to do a very detailed brow tutorial, beginner friendly, and trust me, you are going to love it because I did a step-by-step tutorial on how you can draw your brows. So the first thing I did was to use an eyelash glue to mattify the brows and to keep everything in place, and this was what it looked like. Next off, I went in with powder, and this is from one of my V Beauty powder palettes, just to make the brows matte and so that it will be easy for me to draw on them. Next off, I went in with a brow pencil, and this is from Davis. This is in the shade 0.03, and all I did was to draw a thin line underneath the brow and another thin line above the brow, and then I connected it with a thin line underneath the brow. And once I was done and I saw that everything was good, I filled in the areas where she does not really have enough hairs by going in with hair-like strokes, just soft hair-like strokes in between the areas where she does not have enough hairs, the areas where we covered with powder and the eyelash glue. So I kept on adding and adding the strokes until I got what I wanted. So when you're drawing brows for someone, let's say a client or your model, you have to take note of the shape of the person's face. It's very, very important before you draw. Now for the brows, we have the beginning, we have the arc, and we also have the end of a brow. I have a detailed tutorial on how I carved these brows on my channel, just in case you want to know how I was able to carve the brows perfectly. I'm going to link that video on the screen so that you can see. Next off, I went in with my spoolie brush and I brushed the brows just so that it can be soft. So the next thing I did was to go in with my concealer, and this concealer is from V Beauty Cosmetics, and I went in with a shade that is about 3 to 4 tones lighter than that of her skin tone underneath the arc. And then towards the front of the brows, I went in with a shade of foundation that is in her own shade, and this was from My Cheek Cosmetics. And once I was done, I picked up my brow blending brush and then I blended the concealer properly. So you have to make sure that you are using the right brush just so that you don't clean up all you've done. So for the top of the brow, I went in with foundation, the same My Cheek Cosmetics foundation that I used underneath the brow. And what I did was to conceal the top of the brow like this. Make sure that you are taking your time in order to get the perfect shape. So for the arc, there has to be like an upward slope above the arc. Same goes for the arc underneath the brow. So all I'm doing right now is taking my time to conceal the brow properly just so that I can have the right shape. Next up, I went in with my blending brush again, and then I blended the concealer and the foundation properly. So for the second brow, I basically just went ahead to do the same thing over again. After applying my eyelash glue, you can actually use an eyelash glue for defining the brows, or you can use an edge control, or you can also use soap. I see a lot of persons using soap, even though I have never tried it. So you can use an eyelash glue or an edge control or soap. So at this point, there are some things you need to take note of. Since you've drawn the first brow, the next thing that comes to mind is how to make the second brow look like the first brow. So you need to keep on looking at the first brow to make sure that it looks similar with what you have on the second brow. What I would recommend is where the bridge of the nose starts should be the beginning of your brow. Then for your crease area for your eye, where we have that high slope, should be where your arc underneath should go. And then for the end of your brow, where we have the end of your crease area, which is the eyelid, when you raise your eyelid, the end of your eyelid should be where the end of your brow should stop. So once you have this measurement and this rule in mind, you're going to get the shape. Even though they may not really look like twins, but they will definitely look like sisters. But then people do have different methods and formulas for drawing brows, so do whatever works for you. If you have a better method, I mean, why not? So at this point, I'm just blending and blending to make sure that everything looks the same and it actually looks nice and good. So guys, if you've watched this tutorial to this point, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe. If this video has helped you in any way at all, please do not forget to share and also turn on your notification button so that each time I post you get the notification and you'll be the first to know. I love you guys so much and I will see you all in my next video.